Well, good morning, everyone. If everyone will find a seat, we shall get started this morning. Welcome to the Murphy Chamber of Commerce Business Card Exchange every Thursday from 8 to 9 here at the Murphy Activity Center. And for those regular attendees, if you've paid any attention to Julie's announcements in the last several weeks, as well as email, you should realize that we have a completely different format today with a special speaker. Julie and I had a conversation several months ago about kind of tweaking things a little bit, and sometimes you just get stale in your normal routine. So this is an experiment. Hopefully that will go over well, and it's something we may be doing once a quarter. At any rate, we thank Jason's Deli for our breakfast treats. Feel free to avail yourself to that. I usually go around the room and find out how first-timers maybe heard about us. For the sake of time, I will forgo that. If you are here for the first time, can I see a raise of hands? How many we got? One, two, at least a half a dozen, or 8 maybe. Thank you. Julie, do we have a sign-up sheet to go around or what?
Yes, it's going around.
Okay. There'll be a sign-up sheet go around. Hopefully you will fill that out so we'll have a record of your visit, and hopefully you will not be a total stranger to this meeting. I'm sure you're here because of our magnanimous special speaker that we have today. Hopefully it will be very informative to each and every one of us. You only got a free announcement. Make sure your cell phone is on silent or vibrate so it does not become a distraction. Would be appreciated. Okay, Julie will come forward with some brief announcements, and then she will introduce our speaker.
Thank you, Mark, and good morning, everyone. It's great to see a big crowd here this morning. Thanks for coming out, whether you're a member of the chamber or a non-member. We're glad to have you here. We hope you enjoy the breakfast. I want to thank our sponsor, the City of Murphy, has sponsored our breakfast this morning. So thank you very much, and I'd like to take a moment here just to recognize our city manager, Mike Castro, is here in the audience. We have Bailey Ragsdale and Jared Mayfield. So thank you so much for sponsoring. Jared will come up and say a few words here in a minute. I just wanted to say a couple chamber announcements. I usually give these every week. This is our weekly networking program that we offer both to members and non-members. So if you're interested in coming back and hearing more about our business community and those that are promoting themselves and what they do, feel free to join us on a Thursday morning at 8 o'clock. I want to make an announcement for those of you planning to attend the ribbon cutting that was scheduled for this evening. It has been rescheduled, so mark your calendars for that. I'll let you know. It'll be a date in September, so mark it off a couple months from now, but that will not be happening tonight. So just want to let you know in case you show up. We do have a great program today, so we'll get to that here in a minute. If you haven't yet heard or signed up, we do have a Monday Mixer in Murphy that in partnership with the City of Murphy, we're hosting that, one of our new businesses that's come to Murphy, Proper Wing. It will be May 16th at 5:30. So just when you get off work or the kids get out of school, come on over. It's actually for the community and the businesses to come and network. I think the city's going to have some games, a little tent, and we'll have members there, and you can have great food and some drinks. So come on by, May 16th, 5:30. And then also the Chamber's hosting their quarterly luncheon on May 17th. So if you're a member, you should receive the emails that go out to register for that. That's next Tuesday, May 17th. So do not delay. We do need to get our count into the caterer, which is Christina's. But we do offer a catered lunch. It's from 11:30 to 1. And if you're not a member but you're interested in attending that, I invite you to do that. You can always find a link to sign up on our website, murphychamber.org. We have a great speaker. It's going to be Michelle Adams. Her business is Marketing Brainology, and she's going to talk about your brain on change, going from stressed to connected. She's a great speaker. I've seen her before, and so it would apply to anyone here in the room. We also will recognize the 8 high school seniors in Murphy that recently were the recipients of our scholarships. That we have a foundation that gives away 8 scholarships a year. So they will be recognized at that luncheon. So now I'd like to just call up Jared Mayfield just to say a few words. He's our sponsor today, before I introduce the speaker.
My name is Jared Mayfield. I'm the Director of Community and Economic Development for the City of Murphy. Just happy to be here on kind of what is an unusual Murphy business card exchange for the Chamber and part of doing something new and different. So you probably have heard a couple of years ago when the pandemic started, the Chamber created a hashtag Murphy Unites, and then the city kind of jumped on the bandwagon with that and took it and went running and have created a whole campaign called Murphy Unites, Shop, Eat Local. And Bailey and I are a part of that, trying to support Murphy businesses and encourage our residents and those around Murphy to shop here in the Murphy corridors. So we have lots of exciting things that will be coming out and be announced later as we move into the summer. But again, thanks for having us and hope that you enjoy today's educational seminar. Thank you.
Thanks, Jared. At this time, I'd like to introduce our speaker, who is right around the corner.
Where'd he go?
Where'd he go? Maybe it's a surprise.
Just in men's restroom. Stage
I do this once in a while.
Skip town. Nerves.
All right. And also wanted to mention to those of you on Zoom this morning, if you could please mute yourself, that way we don't hear the background noise in here, and our presenter will be sharing the screen so you have a chance to see everything that's going on in the room. And thank you for joining. All right, so I want to introduce Steve Black. He's coming from all the way from Florida to talk to us today about how to take your business to the next level. He will give you more information. Steve, do you have all the information that you were hoping to collect this morning from everyone? I think business cards, we have some people going around with some buckets. Think you have everything you need?
Just need to look at those business cards.
All right. Actually, Rich, I know that you were greeting everyone in the room. If you are new today, have never attended the chamber meetings at all, or even a new member, maybe it's your first time attending, would you please just stand up and be recognized and tell us what your business is, or if you're a Murphy resident, that's fine too.
All right.
Great, all right, over here. Hi there. Business or a Murphy resident?
Both, actually. We just moved to Murphy in January. I actually have several businesses. I'm the founder of Ovation Academy of Performing Arts in McKinney. It's a conservatory school for college and career-bound artists in 6th through 12th grade, dance, music, and theater. But I'm actually here because I just purchased a publication of Alan Fairview City Lifestyle Magazine. So we have a McKinney Prosper, we have a Frisco, and then now we're going to have Alan Fairview, and then hopefully we're about to launch a Wiley Murphy as well as soon as Alan Fairview's off the ground. So.
All right. Well, thank you for joining us today. Very interesting. Thank you.
When I'm Angie, I don't think
Yes, that's important too. Thank you. Great to have you, Angie. All right, right over here.
My name is Davis Preston. I'm the manager of 9 Round Fitness. We're located in Murphy Marketplace. It's a 30-minute circuit-style kickboxing fitness workout. We kind of specialize in not having class times, and we're fully scalable for someone who otherwise may not be able to do that kind of workout based off of fitness level or any kind of injury. So we really make it flexible, and it's personalized towards the client.
Great. All right.
Good morning, everybody. My name is Brian Cooch. I am a Community Engagement Officer for Credit Union of Texas. We're just right down the street on 544. We're a financial institution that was started by a couple of Dallas teachers. We since have been grown from Dallas Teachers Credit Union into Credit Union of Texas. So this is my first time here filling in and getting to know the communities that we're a part of, and we love to partner with those local businesses that we can help support as well. So I'm looking forward to meeting each and every one of you.
Great. Great to have you.
Good morning, everyone. Burton Hayden with Hercules Health Solutions. I'm a health insurance broker. I'm a local in the community. I live in Murphy. Kids go to Murphy schools and Plano East High School. I I'm licensed nationwide, so I can help people with their health insurance, life insurance. I have over 25 carriers. I can do anything from individual families to small or large groups on both the health and life insurance side. So I'd love to connect with anyone here that thinks that I can be a good referral partner or help their business as well. So, nice to meet everyone.
Hi, I'm Joseph Roberts. My company is called God Plus One LLC. I just recently started this company. It focuses on motivational speaking and consulting with individuals and businesses. Just looking to help people and businesses to overcome challenges and things like that that occur in your respective lives, promoting mental health awareness and things of that sort. I recently published a book back in January. So right now, of course, I caught this on Facebook and saw that this was an opportunity to get your brand out and kind of let people know what I do. I thought it would be a great opportunity to connect. I do live in Maxwell Creek here in Murphy, so I'm from the area. So this is something new for me, first time here. I do, of course, still work full time. I still have a job over with the Internal Revenue Service, actually. Been with them for 21 years, but this is something new for me that I'm trying to do and just wanted to connect with everyone. So hopefully you won't hate me because I told you what I do for a living.
Thank you.
My name is Trish Lopez, and I'm with Real Property Management Metroplex. I'm a licensed realtor that specializes in property management. So we help investors make the most of their rentals. Trish Lopez.
Thank you. I'm a resident here. We moved here probably about 13 years ago. We are in the process of opening a jiu-jitsu academy. It will be in Richardson and not Murphy, unfortunately, but we do have 2 boys that go to school here and have enjoyed living here, and it's our first time here.
Great, thank you. All right, now, Steve Black, go ahead and we'll have you go ahead and start.
All right. How's everybody doing?
Good.
I came all the way from Florida to be with you. I have some other groups while I'm out here. But I headlined the Success Summit seminar, and we had been shut down over COVID, and we brought it back in Colorado for 4 sold-out shows, and we just have a couple of tickets left for the next week's show, which is May 18th. There's some information on it in the center. If you can't make that, we have June 9th coming up. And then there's one other date that we added in the fall, which isn't on the flyers. It's November 7th. And what this is an event where we get together all day. We teach you sales and marketing, a lot of social media. Who could be better at sales, marketing, and social media in the room? Could I see a raise of hands? Okay, well, I've just identified the honest ones. So listen, in business, you have to be honest and you have to have a good attitude. Who would agree those 2 things are important? Could I see a raise of hands? Who's ever had a bad day? All right, we'll stop there. Somebody says, how are things going? You're having a bad day. You say it stinks, it's horrible. I wish I wasn't born. You might be honest, but you're not having a good attitude. If you say it's great, it's terrific, you're having a good attitude, but you're not being honest. So what I recommend you do when somebody says, how's business, how are things going, you just say things are unbelievable, because that'll cover it both ways. Let's try that. How's business? Unbelievable. All right. Everybody stand up if you would. Stand up. This is the picture you want to get. All right. Everybody put your hands up as high as it go in the air. Go an extra ½ inch. And that's what you have within you. Let's do an affirmation. Everybody say, I'm awake. I'm awake. God, that was sweet. I heard they like football out here. Like you're at the Cowboys game and you guys are getting ready to go to the Super Bowl. That kind of energy. Everybody say, I'm awake. I'm awake. I'm alive. I'm alive. And I feel great. I feel great. Now turn to somebody near you and say, you're amazing. You're amazing. All right, have a seat. All right. Everybody should have a worksheet in front of you. It says 5 things you must master. If you don't have one, just put it right on the back of one of your papers. All right, so those of you that don't have an interest in learning, don't give your notes to somebody else. Otherwise, I'll hand out a few more of these. But what we're going to talk about is what's working in sales and marketing in 2022. And things changed a lot over pandemic. Who would agree that people have changed? Could I see a raise of hands? Right? It's hard to get people together. You did a great job, Julie, getting folks out. I'm seeing a lot of groups where the attendance is declining. People got used to being at home and they like being at home. And so your retail traffic's down. And what's more important than ever is reaching people and staying connected online. So today I'm going to give you some really good ideas. Go to the gray box on your worksheet there. And what I'd like you to imagine is that I'd like everybody to imagine that everything's really good. You're keeping a good database of customers. You've got a system in place to connect with them, whether it's direct mail at your auto shop, or you're connecting with them on social media, you're connecting with email. You're really running your business the way it should be run. Your organization, your charity. How much money could you make in the next 12 months? What's your revenue goal or your sales goal for the next year? Just put that down in the gray box there. And just so I make sure I'm talking to the right audience, who here is in the kind of situation, the more you produce, the more you earn? Could I see a raise of hands? You're in sales, or you own a business, right? Your business is going to go up and down based on your sales level. So put down a goal. Put down another goal, a 5-year goal. And I know that's hard before you had breakfast, but let's say you're a real estate agent. You want to make $1 million over the next 5 years. When you open your jiu-jitsu studio, what's your 5-year revenue going to be? Hopefully you've thought this out. So many people go into business and they don't think things out. So put down a 12-month goal, 5-year goal. Put down 2 90-day goals. What are you going to make happen over the next 3 months? If you're a loan officer, how many loan apps are you going to take? If you're an insurance agent, how many new customers are you going to acquire? Maybe you got a goal at Farmers, about going from 1.2 policies to 1.7. What's your strategy in making that happen? So everybody put down a couple goals to see how you're doing. And I just want to get you forward thinking. Most people I meet are like, Steve, I know I could be doing better. I go, well, what's the issue? Well, sometimes it's competition. I say, your worst competition isn't down the street, it's in the mirror every morning. It's about motivating your staff. And everybody's got this excuse, I'm too busy, right? But what they really have is a procrastination issue. Anybody here ever been guilty of procrastination? You want to talk about it now or later? I worked for 14 years with a famous author named Brian Tracy. Anybody ever hear of Brian Tracy? We wrote about 50 books on success, and if you haven't tapped them, the library cards are free. But most people don't have the initiative to go do it, the motivation. So this is the most important thing about procrastination. Write this down at the top of the page. Do it now. Do it now. Life goes by quick, and you leave a lot of things on the table. I've lost a number of friends, family members over the last couple of years. And then all of them are like, I wish I would have done more of this. I wish I would have spent more time. I wish I would have spent more time with my animals. I wish I would have built this up and done this. So you want to go ahead and avoid procrastination. But who did set a goal to do better than they're doing? Can I see a raise of hands? Who wants the future to be better than the present? Not just in business, but life. Healthier, wealthier, better relationships. Let me see a raise of hands. Who wants to do better? Okay. Who wants to do worse? Who's not going to answer my questions? I got a few of you out there just looking at me like this. All right. Well, anyways, put your hands like this. I'm going to show you the secret to change, to grow. If you put the left thumb over the right thumb, please stand up. If you put the left thumb over the right thumb, please stand up. And I like 100% participation. There's only 2 choices. All right, look around. Our research shows these are the smart people in the room. Our research shows you're more intelligent than the average person. Don't leave me hanging. Come on. All right, have a seat. If you put the right thumb over the left thumb, please stand up. All right, what's your name? Mike. Mike, and the rest of you, our research shows you are the sexy people in the room. Have a seat. If you didn't stand up, you just think you're sexy. All right. Everybody put your hands back together and flip your thumbs around. How's that feel? Weird, strange, awkward.
I feel smarter.
He feels smarter. Nice. All right. So now I'm going to start showing you what you should be doing in business. And and then I'll show you video stuff, and you're going to be like, I have to do video. Well, you could or you couldn't, but it might be a good thing because you are your business, you are your brand. Maybe do a little video that educates people. What do you do for a living, Mike?
I'm the city manager here in Murphy.
City manager. So you guys are trying to create awareness out here about the community and what a great place Murphy is to live and all the resources we have. No?
No, these guys,
These guys?
my people.
Then, well then let's talk about the strategy to get out there and, to talk about the events that you guys are doing and stuff. But we got to get past our fear of being on camera. Anybody other than me that doesn't like the way they look or sound on camera? Here's the secret, nobody does. My coach is like, why aren't you doing more video? And I'm like, I don't like the way I look or sound. He's like, what don't you like? I go, I had a big head and a nasally voice. He goes, you do. So get over it. Oh yeah, he's very direct with me. He goes, you're no George Clooney, but you know what? Be transparent. And when you're transparent, when you're real, you start to attract people. You see people doing this, and they're doing really well in business, they're doing really well in life. And all of you can use these simple tools to blow up your business. But I want to keep this real basic today. So 5 things you must master. Write down. Number 1, write down build a brand that's unforgettable. So I call it personal branding for a lot of us. Build a brand that's unforgettable. Whether you're over at the Historic Society or you're a farmer's agent, you want people to remember who you are, what your name is, and where you do business. Does that make sense? All right, number two, we're going to talk a little bit about social media. Number 2, we'll talk about social media. All right, social media, where should you spend your time? And the answer is, it's where your prospects and customers spend time. So if you deal with a lot of people over the age of 40, the answer is no doubt it's Facebook. If you're dealing with a bunch of 18 and 22-year-olds, you got to figure out, be on TikTok, be on Snapchat. But most of you aren't selling to 18 to 22-year-olds, you're selling to rich old guys like me. And if you want to find the rich old guys, we're on Facebook. And then, you got that other group of people from 22 to 40, they're on Instagram, right? So who is it that you're trying to attract, and where are you going to spend your valuable time? Pick 2 networks and go for it. If you're B2B, LinkedIn might be a bigger play. But here's a dirty little secret about LinkedIn. Everybody set up a profile, very few are there very often, right? Who has a profile there but hasn't been there in the last 30 days, right? Average person's there 13 minutes a month. I could find you there, but if I send you a message, chances are you're not going to get it. So if I'm looking, what's your name? If I'm looking for Marv, I find Marv online, I find out what he's about, I look and see what he's posted. I might even be able to pick up on what his views are on certain things, business, optimism, politics. And then I'm going to reach out to him on the phone. I'm going to say, hey Marv, came across your profile on LinkedIn. Looks like we have a lot in common. I'd like to schedule a time we could have coffee or a Zoom, and I can learn more about what you do. Does that make sense to everybody? So it doesn't have to be this big intimidating thing. It needs to be a tool that you understand how to use. And social media on Facebook, there's a balance between your personal profile, your friends, and your business page. Most people don't have a clue. They know they're supposed to set up a business page, they set it up, then they start posting and they get 0 engagement, 0 likes, 0 comments, 0 shares. And the reason could be that the content they're posting are most likely the audience that they have. I look at these pages and they got 100 followers. That's not going to do anything for you unless you're willing to boost or advertise a post. And of course, most business people don't have a clue on how to do that. So that's why I have these seminars, and that's why we have also, if you can't go to a seminar, you're at the shop, you can't get away, then we have the monthly group coaching that you can tap into. And either way, I'm going to give you a big discount today if you want to get started, because I'm looking to create some success stories out of Murphy here. So social media, I want you to give yourself a score of 2 to 10, 2 to 9. 2 to 9. 2 means you really don't know what you're doing, and you're willing to admit it, but you're coachable. 5 means you could throw me a word like algorithm. 9 means you could teach the class. How are you doing at building a brand? Let me show you some examples. So one of the things, whether you do you go to live events that are coming up here in Dallas, and I only do them every 5 or 6 years because I live in Florida. So I only do them every 5 or 6 years out here. And if you decide to go to the event, I'm going to give you this today. It's a 25-page guide that shows you how to build a personal brand. Right? It shows you about how to find your niche, your values, understand who your customer is. This isn't a book. This is a book with an hour and 42-minute masterclass that you watch at your convenience. For some of you, it's when Southwest delays your flight and you're at the airport. For others, when you're watching your grandkids' ball game, you throw your headphones on. You got time to do this. And if you go through this module, it's one of the most valuable modules you go through. Because what I do is I teach you how to niche down. And when you niche down with your marketing, you dominate a niche and you still do business with everybody. Any loan officers in the room? So this guy's a loan officer in Florida. And he went through, with the group coaching, you get a Zoom call with my coaches or me. And he said to us, he said, Steve, if I could wave a magic wand, I was a cop for 20 years. I was in the military for 8. I click really well with first responders, military people. If I had my choice, that's who I deal with. I said, well, let's hook you up with Homes for Heroes and position you as the first responders loan officer. He now dominates that niche, probably does 3 or 4 times the volume of average loan officers, and he still does business with everybody else. Does that make sense? All right? So let me show you, I work with a lot of realtors. Are there any realtors in the room? Okay? So, you know how competitive real estate is, right? In Florida, I could throw a rock and I could hit 20 of them, right? So you got to be able to find your niche. Like this lady, she's in our coaching program, and before she got with us, her marketing was very generic. She did what every other real estate agent does. They said, I have great service, I have great communications, I do a great job. I go, I hope so, you're making a lot of money. So I said, on our coaching call, I said to her, I said, well, you know, who do you really like dealing with? She goes, well, I love dealing with seniors. So I don't really click well with the 20-somethings, but I click really well with people that are 55, 65, 75. She goes, I went through the trouble to get the SRES designation, which is a senior certified designation. But nothing in her marketing represented that, right? So one of the first things we had her do was redo her Facebook business page. This is what her business page cover looks like. Some of you have generic pictures up there without your contact info. Let me explain how this works. If I'm Googling your name, what's going to come up? If you do it right, your business page, people go there. You want to make it easy for them at that point to call you, email you, or find you. Does that make sense? So that might be something we need to address, and we teach you how to do this. This is another realtor who went down the luxury route. First thing we had her do was get together with her photographer and take some pictures. Here's a couple more examples of what our student stuff looks like. And the thing is, if they look them up on LinkedIn, they also have a cover like this. I looked up a few of you that I could find, and there was no cover on LinkedIn. You think that would happen at Coca-Cola? You think it happened for Starbucks? You go to Coca-Cola, everything's red and black. You know where you're at if you're the consumer. If you go to Starbucks, everything's green and black. I look you guys up online and it's like, whoa, did I find the right person? We start talking Instagram, messy closet city, right? So anyways, you need to think through this. One of the easy things to do, write this down next to personal branding. Name all of your social media handle, which is that little @ sign. Make it the same on Facebook, Instagram, and LinkedIn for most of you. That way you can hand people a business card and it says, follow me at Natasha, Nadia T, and what you do. So anyways, a lot of things that you can gain from this if you just go through the process and think through it. I've helped tens of thousands. But the reality is, it all starts with the list of pictures I'm going to give you. And so now, even if you're at home in your PJs, you have pictures on your phone that kind of tell your success story. Does that make sense? These are what I call lifestyle success pictures. And if you move forward with me, the first thing I'll have you do is go through this module, and then I'll have you set a goal over the next 30 to 60 days to get together maybe with a photographer and take some pictures around town. Main Street in Murphy, the most popular coffee shop, the hottest Mexican restaurant, the library, the firehouse. And, you know, have you and the fire truck, your sign. That's a great thing to have. Does that make sense? So, you can either hire a photographer. Some of you have a 15-year-old living at your house for free. They're really good at using cameras. Right? You got somebody you know that likes to take pictures or is on social media all the time. You say, hey, you want a new pair of shoes? Come follow Granny around. I'm going to get some pictures taken. But this is easy to do. It's easy not to do, like everything in life and business. Write this down. This is a quote from a great Texan. When I worked with Brian Tracy, we used to come out and we used to spend time with a man named Zig Ziglar. Anybody remember Zig? Write this down. He says, discipline is the bridge between where you're at and where you will be. Discipline, doing the things you know you should do. Thank you notes, you know, who here still writes thank you notes? That's a great way to solidify a relationship, create loyalty. Somebody tries to beat you on price. Nah, I'm good, I got a friend that helps me, I trust him, right? All things together, people would rather do business with people they know, like, and trust. And trust is built over time, and that's why it's good to come to these meetings, meet people, sit down, have coffee. And you can tell a lot about somebody by how they act, how they treat people. But anyways, I'll give you this list. You know, now your marketing ends up looking more like this, like this, than like a messy closet. And then I'm going to teach you this kind of stuff. How to get together with somebody in an industry that's symbiotic to you and do interviews. So you tap their market, they tap your market. Like you're opening your jiu-jitsu studio. So I would say, who are you trying to attract? Where do those people hang out? What else do they do? Do they have a healthy lifestyle? Should we interview a guy that owns the juice bar in town? Should we talk to the guy that does fitness and you know, the sports equipment company? You know, if you're a realtor, you know, you're going to be interviewing a loan officer once a quarter, having to do all the talking about rates going up. That's the question you're getting asked right now. Maybe he highlights a program like Creative Ways to Finance Jumbo Loans. So now you attract people that want to buy $1 million houses versus $200,000 double wides, right? So there's all these little things that we can work with you on to go ahead and help you position yourself as an unforgettable expert. Who's ever done a video interview with somebody? Awesome, awesome, awesome. And if you haven't, the best way to do it is via Facebook Live from your business page. And then you boost it or advertise it. And it took you 15 minutes to do the interview, but now 10,000 people see it instead of 200. You know what most people do? They do it on their personal profile. I go, why? Well, that's where I'm getting most of my engagement. Yeah, it's your mom, it's your sister, it's your best friend, it's making you feel good, it's a vanity stat, but it's not the person that you're trying to reach to go ahead and do the next piece of business with. Does that make sense? So I'm a consultant, I'm a guy that can help you navigate this, figure it out. So anyways, signage. Do I have any sign people in the room? Somebody that does signs. Here you go. What's your name?
Mako.
Get with Mako here. Before you leave, get his card. And Mako, what I want him to do is I want him to have signs that they can take pictures of with their customers. Right? Like I have 2 signs there. My social media handle, the @SteveBlackSpeaker, and then I also have hashtag Success Summit Seminar. And if you look at me and say, what's a hashtag? We need to spend some time together. Marv, I got a great 9-minute video that'll show you all about hashtags. But hashtags are kind of like, they can mean nothing. Like teenagers use them as hashtag I hate school. You know, it means nothing. It's just like an exclamation point. Marketers should use them for SEO purposes. You know, I could put a post out there on Instagram or Facebook, and it might naturally get 200 views. If I use the right hashtags, like Murphy Life, Murphy Real Estate, Murphy Homes for Sale, different things that people might be following, I could get 10,000 people to see that post. And 2 hashtags, all of you need, hashtag all of you need is a branded hashtag. You know, it might just be the name of your business, right? Hashtag Save More Automotive. But that goes on every business post. It goes on your business page. It goes on your Instagram post relating to business. And then if you're ever out there, you know, kind of mixing it up on your personal profile, because you're connected to a lot of customers, it goes there. As a realtor, what's your first and last name?
Mary Pat Elliott.
Mary Pat Elliott. Nice to meet you, Mary. What company are you with?
Keller Williams.
Oh, I've trained more Keller Williams agents on how to use social media than any human on the planet. So you're going to have 2 hashtags, Mary Pat, what is it? Yeah, you got it. First name, last name, write down Sells TX. That would be a good one. That's unique. I know nobody else is using it. We could also use hashtag first name, last name, realtor. And then to create a portfolio of all the houses you've sold, you put sold by first name, last name. And then that, when people ask you, why should I list with you versus my friend that just got a license, you say, just look up this hashtag, you'll see all the houses I've sold. We used to do that by sending out free listing packages, right? FedEx, $80 a pop. Now, just send them a link and it's good to go. But who here could do a better job of building a brand that's unforgettable? Can I see whether it's your company, your organization? And again, it all starts with this little stuff that I need to teach you. So give yourself a score of 2 to 9. How are you doing at branding? And when you go through this module, there's lots of good examples. Like here's something that works really well for my clients, charity. So like in competitive markets, you know, one of the things you can do is you can tie in with the charity. Who's ever tied in with a charity with their marketing? Awesome. How'd it work? Really good, right? Because, you know, they're like, well, why should I go with you? We go, well, you know, we all kind of do the same thing. You know, we always call it the same price, but one of the differences is every time you do business with me, I donate $300 to suicide awareness for veterans. Or this gal here, she goes ahead and donates a percentage of every sale to the client's charity of choice. That one works really well. And then they get with the sign guy and they get a sign made that's a check that they can wipe it off and have the client hold. So those of you that did it, did you maximize it? If not, let's talk about what's missing. So whether you do this yourself or you outsource it, you know, get good at this stuff because this stuff ain't going away. And then, you know, I could show you stuff that, you know, that other people are doing. You'll be like, you like that. Well, you know, this is a good looking Instagram profile out of the real estate niche. And it looks good because it has the same filter across everything. It has highlighted story covers that all match the same font. You do that in a program called Canva. Anybody using Canva? Canva's your best friend. If you don't know how to do Canva, they got templates laid out, everything's properly sized. What I do is I send it to a person that edits them for $5 for me. They give me it back, I have a template, and now I can just pop my quotes in and out. Best thing I could possibly do. But anyways, that's why you might say, hey, that looks pretty good. Show you an example here of somebody using the signs. You know, this gal in 5 years in the real estate industry outsells people in her town that have been selling for 20 years. She made $1 million last year selling real estate. And one of the reasons is, you know, she worked hard on building her brand from the get-go. Bought the website Sold by Stevie. Named all of her profiles Sold by Stevie. Invested $80 in a sign called Sold by Stevie. And now what happens when she goes into her local cafe? You look familiar. Oh, you're the Sold by Stevie girl. Hey, I have a real estate question for you. And that's what you want to have, whether it's jiu-jitsu, whether it's you know, historic society, whether it's you know, selling insurance, financial planning. And I know you got some constraints, but you know what? I got stuff that I call just stupid, simple, ugly stuff you can do where you educate people. And I got people across all your industries doing this. So I want to talk about number 3. Number 3, moving away from social media. Let's talk about time management. And so we're gonna deviate a little bit from what's on the worksheet. Okay, number 3, put down time management. And write down that next to time management, 10 minutes equals 2 hours. The best thing to do in time management, before you go to bed, take 10 minutes to ask yourself, what didn't I get done today? What needs to get done tomorrow? Get a to-do list together, whether that's electronic or on paper. Right? It's important as brushing your teeth or taking a shower. Again, I mentioned avoid procrastination. Do it now. Right? We wrote that book called, read a book called Eat That Frog. Anybody ever read the book called Eat That Frog? Brian Tracy wrote it while I was working with him. And it was called 21 Ways to Beat Procrastination. I said, why we do all our books 21 ways? He says, because if we could get people to do one thing every day for 3 weeks, it's going to become a lifetime habit. Like one of the habits I learned when I went to a Zig Ziglar seminar. I had gotten fired from my first sales job. Anybody ever get fired from a job they don't pay you for in the first place? Man, you got to be bad. I was bad. Anyways, I used to come into the office, move my papers around, pretend I was working. You know, had an 11:30 breakfast, a 1:30 lunch. Had to get home to beat traffic, right? Then they fired me. So now I had a choice to make. You know, go work in Alaska on a fish boat, or you know, get some skills. And I made a choice with the last $500 I had to my name to go see Zig Ziglar and Tom Hopkins speak. It was 1989. And I learned to write thank you notes, and I learned to keep a journal. And I learned to go ahead when people tell you they want to think about it, that they don't go into a deep meditation and think about it. It's bye-bye, sayonara, adios, we will never meet again. And so number four, closing and confirming the sale. You've got to get really good at asking for the business. It starts with, do people like you? They saw your videos online for the last 3 months. So they finally reach out to you and say, hey, we just had twins. You might come by the house. We'd like to talk. I can meet you at a cafe. But the trust was built online. You know why? Because you're putting up a post that says, hustle and grind today. Get out there and make it a wonderful Wednesday. Smile. Tell somebody you love them. You're putting positivity out in the world. They just happen to notice you're with Modern Woodmen. And the next thing you know, they say, hey, you might answer a couple questions, giving me a few minutes. But it starts with nothing about social media, just being a positive, motivated, you know, spiritual person. Does that make sense to everybody? I did one of these this morning. I haven't even looked at it, but you know, I try to do something like this at least 3 times a week. You know, I went out there as the sun was rising. I snapped a photo. And I said, get up early, out the door, hustle and grind every day, fulfill your purpose to the max, open the blinds, start your day with this thing. And then I link them to the 59 minutes of terrific. Well, then they see other pictures. Then you know what they do? They call me and they say, I want to go to your seminar. I like what you're about. This is easy, but it's hard. Because a lot of you are independents, and you don't have somebody, you know, nudging you this way. All right. So anyways, let's talk about closing and confirming the sale. Look at this. I put this up on my way in here. I got 15 people already engaging with it, right? Unlike direct mail, by the way, if I wanted to get 15 people to open my mail, how many pieces of mail do I have to mail? About 150. And I'm being conservative.
8 times. 1,500.
Probably 1,500, 1% open rate. What's that cost you, $750? What's this cost me? Nothing. But you got to know how to monetize it. So if I'm in the insurance business, what I'm doing is I'm putting something up on social, and I'm asking myself here, who would be a good prospect to open a conversation with? If I was selling homes, I'd ask myself, who's a homeowner in Murphy and would like to be? And then I go ahead and I send them a message. And the message isn't going to be, do you want to sell a house? Do you want to buy insurance? The message is going to be, I loved your quote. You know, can you give me some advice about where to get good quotes? Right? And open a conversation about life. If it's a picture of your lasagna, tag in the local restaurant. He loves you because you did it, right? And you say, what's your favorite kind of lasagna? You got 50, or Italian food, and 50 people jump in and say their favorite food. And then can you find 3, 4, 5 people that you might want to have a conversation with and talk business about coming to your meeting, joining your chamber, whatever it may be. So who sees some potential in doing a better job at some of this stuff? Could I see a raise of hands? You're really going to like this next part. So when I say closing and confirming the sale, it all starts with your getting people to like you, asking good questions. If you ask the wrong question, what do you get? Wrong answer. And then using the right words, like we don't use the word contract, we say paperwork or agreement. We don't say it costs this much, we say the investment would be. You don't say there's a problem getting it done on time, you say there's a challenge. Can words make a difference? And then you ask for the business. And you know how most people ask for the business at your stores, at your locations? They say, what do you think? And you know what the customer says? I want to think about it. Don't do that anymore. It doesn't work. It hasn't worked for 50 years, but everybody does it. So next time you're tempted to say, what do you think, to a prospect or customer, you ask a clearing question. What'd you like most about what you saw? Do you have any questions about what we talked about? They're getting ready to say thanks, and they're calling the next company. They're calling the Lizard. So before they do, you say, well, if you don't have any questions, write these 4 words down. These will put you in a new tax bracket. Write down the next step is. So you're out there selling your services, you're doing your motivational talks, you say, have any questions about my message, any questions about how I'm working with folks? You say no. You say, if you don't have any questions, the next step is, let's get you on the calendar. Next step is, and you move them forward. And then write this down, triplicate of choice. At the seminar, I teach you the triplicate of choice technique. You go to the gas station, how many choices they give you? 3. You ever walk away from the pump and say, I want to think about it? So you give them 3 versions of the sign. If you just want a basic sign, I could do that about $50. Some people want the ultra deluxe one, it's $150. Most people go with the one in the middle, it's $90 to $100. What do you think people are going to choose? Most of the time the middle one, sometimes the bottom, but it's a lot better than I want to think about it. You know, if you were to move forward, we really got 3 ways to go. There's some people just want some basic coverage, make sure the little girl can go to school. That'd be about $250 a month. I got other people realize the tax benefits. They're going to max this thing out. It's going to be about $750 a month investment. Most people, though, they go somewhere in the middle, around $400 or $500. What sounds best to you? You're like, that's pretty good, Steve. Well, listen, you're going to learn this. I'm going to give you an audio today. It's going to teach you to close. You listen to it 5 or 6 times, and these words will be coming out of your mouth. And then jot down number 5. I want to close this up with attitude. Not a hand-in-your-face attitude, but positive mental attitude. Write down PMA. Anybody know anybody with the NMA? Negative mental attitude, right? They brighten up the room by leaving. Hopefully you're not married to them. When you woke up this morning, how'd you start your day? Did you start with a nice positive picture? Like, hey, I'm awake and alive, I feel great. Or did you say, oh my God, honey, it's so early, I don't feel like going to the meeting. My back hurts, I slept like crap. Right? Be grateful to be alive, okay? Give yourself a score of 2 to 9. How's your attitude? How's your sales skills? And then you say, well, Steve, my real issue, I need to make more money, I'm broke. Well, you know what? You work on your skills and they'll make room for you. You're the only thing in the world that can be made to appreciate and value. If you're going to play the business game, play it right. Go to the next page I handed out. It says 59 minutes of terrific. Where it says 59 minutes of terrific, I'm going to give you a new morning routine. I already know your morning routine right now. You're picking up your phone and you're looking at it. And you know what? Then you get lost in your phone, and all of a sudden 8 a.m. turns into 11 a.m. and you didn't have time to work out, and you didn't walk your dog, and you didn't do the things that are important to you. You didn't meditate, prayer. You bought the Zumba videos, you might as well use them. You got a yoga mat, you got a bike. All right, so number 1, when you wake up tomorrow, no cell phone, but number 1, write down positive affirmation. For the next 3 weeks, jump out of bed, say, I'm awake, I'm alive, I feel great. We started with an affirmation, we're going to finish. Everybody stand up. With some enthusiasm, say it. The next year will be my best year ever. Next year will be my best year ever. Say, if it's meant to be, it's up to me. If it's meant to be, it's up to me. Say the magic word, say, I am responsible. I am responsible. All right, have a seat. All right, number 2, I want everybody to start drinking more water. If your routine is wake up and have a Diet Coke, or wake up and have a coffee, I want you to drink 2 bottles of water before you do that. I lost 50 pounds drinking water. I used to start my day Diet Coke. I switched to water. The weight came off. You know what? That carbonation and the chemicals were making me hungry. Number 3, exercise every morning, 15 to 30 minutes. Weather's warm, no excuse not to do a slow walk in your neighborhood. You might even meet some homeowners, neighbors. For some of you, that means business. And if you live in a bad neighborhood, walk fast. Number 4, put down feed your mind. Put good stuff in. Most people, 90% of Americans, start the day with some form of the news. I don't watch the news. I know what happens in the news. I know as much about Johnny Depp and his girlfriends as I need to know, y'all. That ain't gonna make you your next 20 grand, I'm gonna tell you. But if you spend time listening to my stuff, Tony Robbins, Zig Ziglar, Grant Cardone, these people, you would do a lot better in life than if you didn't. I'm confident of it. And number 5, be grateful for everything. So write down a gratitude journal. I want everybody to start keeping a notebook, and I want you to write down 3 good things that happen to you every day. And if you look at me like, what if nothing good has happened? That's the day you need it the most. I lost the love of my life to brain cancer at 44. You don't see that one coming, right? Making plans and travel and at the fates, at the Daytona 500, take her to the hospital. She got 6 months to live. You know, but because I've been training my mind, my attitude since I was in my early 20s, I think I handled it right. You know, I asked myself how, what are other options? I kept her alive for 4 years. And you know, in the darkest days, I was journaling. I'm grateful we have the family together. I'm grateful we have the resources to get her the help. I'm grateful we caught it early. And when you're grateful for everything, you know, unseen forces come to your aid. Because life is like this, folks. And, you know, whether, you know, your portfolio's down or your business is down, there's a way to resolve, there's a way to win, and there's a way to just ask yourself the question, how. So go to the right side. I gotta respect everybody's time. Go to where it says cost of not improving on the right side there. I want you to ask yourself, because you're at a point where either you're gonna get good at this stuff, either through my seminars or my monthly group coaching, or you're going to do nothing. Nothing is a choice. No is the first 2 letters of nothing, which means nothing changes. Next year is like last year. The challenges you're having are going to still be there. All right? But if you say no to getting better, maximizing your potential, what's it going to cost you? $50,000 a year in revenue, $250,000 over 5 years, right? It's up. You tell me. And so here's my invitation. We have the seminar coming up. There should be some flyers in front of you. The seminar, where it says excuses, put down, I need 1 day of your life. I need 1 day of your life, and I need 10 hours. See, a lot of speakers will have you go to a 3-day seminar to charge you 3 times as much money. I do it the opposite. I respect your time. I give you a 1-day live event, which is going to get you on the right track, and then I give you self-study videos and workbooks to do on your own. Facebook ads, how to sell, personal branding, hashtags to use, okay? So it's 1 day of your life plus 10 hours. Now if you can't make it to the 1-day seminar, you just go the other route and you join the monthly group coaching. That's a 2-hour-a-month commitment. And if you give me 2 hours a month, you're going to get really good at this stuff. You won't be as good as a 15-year-old, but the 15-year-olds in your life will be impressed with you. And the money for the VIP package, which includes the seminar, the unadvertised bonuses that I just described to you, the master classes, the 10-hour work, and also the VIP bonuses that are on the back of the flyer. You get everything. It's normally, write down money, $849. And he says, "Steve, that's a lot of money." No, it isn't. Most of you are making tens of thousands, hundreds of thousands of dollars in your business. You're a realtor in the back. What's the difference between being bad, good, and great? Bad, you have to go back to work. Good, you might make $100,000. Great, you're making $500,000. So what do you want to be? Bad, good, or great? Well, be great. So the reality is This is an investment. Check with the IRS guy. It's most likely tax deductible for you if you itemize. Right? This is education to improve your skills. But the sad reality is people have the brakes on. What if it doesn't work? I got a different question. What if it does? Who got some good ideas today? Can I see a raise of hands? Who is motivated to make the next year the best year ever? Say yes.
Yes.
All right. If I gave away, where are those business cards? We'll give away a ticket. If I gave away a ticket, oh, by the way, if you can't make it short notice, there's a third event that's not on the advertised. It's the 7th of November. Now, these first two shows are here in Plano, which means you got local Plano folks, but there's also an event in Grapevine on November 7th. So, again, who got some ideas today? If I gave away a VIP package, either go to the seminar or join me in my monthly group coaching for a year, who would definitely take advantage of it if they wanted? Could I see a raise of hands? Who would do it? Okay, everybody get your hands up high so I can see who's in. All right, go ahead and scratch off the word time as an excuse on your sheet so I know it's good. You say, Steve, if it was free, I'd be at your event or I'd get online with you. Well, I'm going to give one away. And this isn't a sales tactic, okay? Somebody's a winner. For everybody else, cross this out. Cross off $849, put down $399. You either get 1 year with me, virtual, including a coaching call, access to your library 24/7, the same modules I'm showing you, or you come to the live event and you get all the bonuses. If you're struggling financially, you know what you do? You break it up over 4 months. I'll do $100 a month for 4 months and you can go next week. You know what you do when you go there? You start handing out the cards and I have you stand up. I got a sign guy in the room and you know what? You pay for your seminar ticket times 10 because you're the guy that everybody wants to talk to. Who believes in networking? Can I see a raise of hands? I got 120 people coming together. All local, great audience. Who's thinking about going to the program whether they win it or not? Or joining the coaching? I don't know why you wouldn't. The winner though is Jerome Heista. Is Jerome around? Jerome, you're a winner. All right. Just let me know if you want what date you want to go to or if you'd rather do the online group coaching and I'll hook you up, okay? Everybody else, just put your name, your cell number, put $399 for the date. Either put May 18th, June 9th, or November 7th. If those dates, if you're not interested in going to a live event, put down group coaching. You'll have 1 year access. That program is normally $2,000 for a year, and you're going to get it for just $399. So fill those out, put your credit card expiration, 3-digit code. I'll get that back to you. I enjoyed being with you. I'll be here for about 10 minutes, and then I got to run to my next meeting. Thank you so much. You guys were a great audience. Thank you. Let's give Julie a hand. This is not easy what she does. Let's give Wes a hand. Mark a hand.
Well, thank you so much, Steve. That was great. How many of you got a little nugget this morning that you think is going to help you take your business to the next level? Everybody say, great. And thank you all for coming. Steve, thank you for coming to our group. Looking forward to seeing what comes out of this for anybody. And Jerome, congratulations. Exciting. All right. So usually what we do is we do have a couple, not quite the door prize you just did, but we just have a couple small things for anyone who attended. So I'll go ahead and have someone draw. Go ahead and put this in here. All right.
I'll draw for
Sure, great. All right, so I have, let's see, Christina's $5 off. We got Bobby Special Webs.
All right, Bobby Special Webs won it. Hold on.
Got one more, got another one.
He won it. Hold on. It was him.
Oh,
He won his own gift.
oh, okay.
All right. Dignity Memorial. John Conwell won the first one.
All right,
Nadia won the second one.
all right. And then the third one here.
Third one here.
And then,
Alan Peterson, Headshots.
all right, it's over there.
Who's Alan?
Professional. And then actually one more, got dental kit from Citrus Smiles.
All right, Citrus Smiles, Murphy Veterans Tribute Group, tax deductible donations, Todd and Luke. All right.
Nice, all right. Did you get that? We've got, yeah, she won that one, and then we've got Nadia.
For those of you doing the seminar, don't turn in your whole sheet. Tear off the bottom, and then give me the bottom part back with your name, cell, email, and credit card.
Who else got their name called? For Christina's.
John?
Thank you.
Thank you so much,
So if
everybody.
you have any questions, go ahead and Steve will be here for a few.
And I am recycling the flyers, so take a picture of it, leave one to take. Who's definitely doing the thinking about doing the program, so I can come answer the questions?
Thanks, everyone. There's still plenty of drinks.
You always
in there from,
You always have
Next week, I'm gonna put your card in. I'm not putting your card in the bucket next week. I was.
I don't know which way you want to go.
I had. I wasn't the smart one.
Fill out your forms. Julie, come on. All right, we're gonna do two. We're gonna do a tall one and a short one. Smile it, thumbs up. And one more. Wait, hold on. One more. Oh, all right, Bob. Yeah, get out there and meet me. Good job, I love it. Fill out your forms, I'll give you your tickets. Well, no, so the options regarding attendance, you're going to pick a date, either May to June 9th or November 7th, and then the 10 hours is on top of that. I give you that to access after that. It's an all-day event, 9 to 5. Get there early, bring a lot of business cards. Your next prospect or customer is in that room. Remind me to sign that.
Oh, a smiley face. Did you see that? Oh, no, I didn't take it off.
Soon, I think somebody's messed up.
So, anyway, what I learned from this is
Fill out
that
the
we
form.
ourselves for our own seminar. Oh, yeah. We can actually do a class. Make a difference. Almost identical. Everything that you just said. So the networking, branding, Facebook, and Canvas. So I'm saying, you and I can do that. And do it under your Just a thought. Yeah. I mean, I sit and listen and I know the whole thing. Think about it. All right, I will live with it.
Hey guys, don't forget there's plenty of food and coffee from Jason's Deli, okay?
Hey, you have work, drop it in a napkin. Come on, Judge, you do. There's so much food. Did you hear that? That was
Are you going to the seminar?
Well, I probably can't make What's your name?
I have the license. Can I have one of the right,
That's really the flyer. You heard the session.
I'm putting together a brochure for our 21st, and I need the kids to cover your brochure and use it. What I'm gonna do on mine is what I'm gonna be preparing in the expansion shirt. I've got one of these also. So the cover is expanse, the inner page is gonna be expanse, and then I'm gonna have 1, 2, 3, I think mine's full. I think mine's got an extra fold. Because I think, I don't know, either way.
Well, that's a 8x11 typo. If you go to laser
I think that's what mine is.
I've tried to do everything I do on 8x11.
Yeah.
So much easier.
Okay, well, I gotta run. I gotta go do a video about it first. Huh?
I said you gotta run.
You know, our school, has anyone been patting you on the back lately? Good, because that's probably good on the back.
I gotta run. Nice to meet you. I'll see you down the road in Thursday. I don't know if I can go. I'm gonna go to. I'm thinking around that time. Yeah. Turning 4 or so. Teach myself. My wife is here. Maraming salamat. You still speak Tagalog at all? When I'm around people, I start picking it up. Don't see you on Monday, 4:30. I got the mate thing. Check Here we
talk about these, so I called it fixed benefit plans because she did disability. I know, I was going to ask you. But she didn't want the advertising. Oh, it's $10. I know, right? All I'm saying is, you know, it's like my focus is this. And so if I get somebody extra, another agent. And also,
I tried it once, and maybe I didn't do it.
well, yes, applications are because not only do you have to go through agent, you have to go to each carrier and do theirs.
I mean, I take my whole cover.
And the ribbon cutting's in June.
Do you have non-ACA? Yeah, through the. I have actually that's what I do. Yeah. They were bought by all state. They didn't.
Right, I
Oh, it went up a couple of years ago. And you're on Yeah, I actually talked to some people who have that, and they come to me, well, and they come to me asking about healthcare and stuff, and I start talking to them, and they're talking, and they got, and they're gonna be in Medicare and Medicare, and I was like, oh, yeah. Well, I've lived here. Yeah, people I know are all there.
This will be fine, let's just have it to do it right here.
Yeah, medical is great.
Because it's gonna be.
They are expanding. I started going to the original at 4.
Because I mean, right
Yeah. But another somebody here and lived out in Dallas. You know, there's material there at Walnut. It's a pretty good hospital, the doctors, and they're really good. So I get these people and well, I'm not these doctors and I want to keep them. And I'm like, I have to go home. There's nobody else to use it.
She's one.
Right.
She's been on, it's like just show up. Roll over.
been doing that, yes, 20 years.
Yeah, I don't know what the deal is.
You're fine.
Yeah,
Well, you know, you're thinking about us for videos, like, yes.
Are y'all gonna get some?
But,
Sorry, I just had to combine it.
so we're gonna remove our
Yeah, I know. That's okay.
ratio.
I gotta head out to. I've seen the video out there.
I told her, I said, she needs to stay.
oh, I know.
Well, I mean, like, you know, that's fresh.
We're doing
That. Take it all the way.
All the reason, well, what?
If I get.
No, like pretty also, therefore. I know, and I have overcome all of it. I'm a city director, and so it's saying, but we need to do more. Yeah, that's what we got.
Of course, I can handle that. This, but I can't, because I did my own stuff. I don't know. I even asked her about that. I said, "Don't they have one?" She's paying $50, I'm paying you $50. Yeah, it's different. She didn't understand. That's what she does. Because I'm mad now. I mean,
Good.
that's
Good.
well,
She
she itemized every single ball. I'm just curious when you close it. That's not your. I get so much money.
And,
There's no explanation. And oh, I know, I know, but I don't know.
they launch your little business. Oh, I know, so before it gets real big, don't let them have it and start over. Yeah.
So anyway, I hear that.
Here, you got this all paper.
Yeah, well, since you were saying.
Oh, no.
I'm fixing to go. Never had enough
Oh, wait, where's that you want me on?
Well, I uploaded that.
I will be, I'm sorry to interrupt me. Clint, if you, let me tell you, if you're, let me give you this.
Yeah, I'll give you one.
Got a call for it. He works on it. So, I mean, it's great. I think this is all very venue, having speakers like that.
It doesn't matter how old.
No, he does all sorts of things. He worked on my Apex, I worked with some, he came up, yeah, they had to interact with Apex. I got it in 1969.
He's a pastorist.
Because you do this too. Yeah. Oh, that was great. But if you got flags,
So, we just, you know, there's no, I mean, activity.
Oh, they paid him and,
Yeah.
Whatever you're really setting rules on.
Well, I mean,
Is there anything else I can do?
yeah. It's like a master. Yeah.
Your what? Your bag? It's right there.
It's changed the way I think it elevates my thinking. This is a new business for me, and it's, you know, I want to take that lunch.
it's a little hard to get sometimes, but that's what he worked with.
It's been hard, I don't lie.
and most of the
Well,
time.
if you can't get it clean, but then you might talk to him
by the time they reach Medicare age, they have.
Sometimes it takes.
They're on all licenses, brand name drugs. No, absolutely not. No, they have to be a member.
How long?
Yeah.
How old will it take?
Yeah, I'm gonna look at it. I just gotta choose my heart.
Oh, yeah. Sometimes people bring me stuff that's done back in 60s.
Oh, yeah. But you're still able to.
If they apply,
I want their dental, so I still am not quite overcome the, you know, but
I'm recycling that for my next meeting.
I'm probably gonna contract.
I mean, it's amazing. I'm referring to stuff. I did that.
Thank you so much, Joey. Everybody really liked
Our
it.
attitude is, if you're poor, you should just die. Make it easy. Because we're gonna torture you anyhow.
Unless you just like the.
Yeah.
So they do.
They will, yeah, but the film doesn't. Magnetic tape.
You get up there and get a job, if you do it.
Wrapped around a septic, there's a magnetic field, and you know, it will, overprint the next layer right next to it. So sometimes you get like, yeah, they kind of, it's not real bad, but it's depends on the qualification, substrate, but I've had some tapes already, I personally carved up some of this stuff.
Black and white, right?
These are audio.
But what I was gonna tell you.
Oh, just audio.
That well. And he's been doing this a while.
Yeah, the video, 16 millimeter, our school, when I was growing up, filmed everything. And I was digitizing what's over for our reunion, usually that's where I found out how good quality is. It was all black and white up until about the very last year when it's color.
Okay.
Because, color didn't, think about this,